What's an anime opinion you have that'll piss people off?
Okay, so I'm still pretty new to the whole post-it TikTok thing, so I apologize for the crappy video editing in advance, but I actually have a couple of different Naruto opinions that are probably pretty unpopular. So at the top of them, there's gotta be Rock Lee. I see a lot of people talking about the fact that Kishimoto abandoned him as a character and how much bullcrap it was, which I totally agree with. Rock Lee deserves so much better. But one of the things I don't see a lot of people talking about is who Rock Lee should have ended up with. I really think that Sakura and Rock Lee would have been a really, really good pairing for them to have, but that just never happened. I can't really recall who Rock Lee ends up with. I know he has a son named Metal, but I haven't watched Boruto, so I actually have no idea. Another one of my opinions actually happens to do with Anko. If you don't remember, I mean, most people just know her for the character design that she got in Boruto. But before all that, shouldn't she be powerful? Like, shouldn't she be like on the level of Kakashi? At least I feel like she should be. But I don't see a whole lot of people talking about that. Don't forget, she was one of the few people that was actually trained by the legendary Sannin who was still in the village. And she even survived the curse mark, which means she should have been able to control it to some extent, but she's literally not relevant until Kishimoto does, in my opinion, one of the worst things he does in his series. Which, of course, brings me to probably the most unpopular opinion that I have about the Naruto series. I've got more, but this one's probably the most controversial. The Four Hokage should not have been revived, in my opinion. I think that it took away a lot of what the ending of the story could have been. One of the things that I say quite often anytime I talk about Naruto is the fact that Masashi Kishimoto kind of abandoned storytelling for the sake of spectacle. And don't get me wrong, the final war arc, it was spectacular. It really was. You can't argue otherwise. I mean, the first Hokage going up against Madara again, that is something that is spectacular. A whole lot of spectacle. Not really great for storytelling. The whole Minato thing, where, as it turns out, he only sealed half of the Nine Tails in Naruto, and he sealed the other half in himself, and then somehow trained in the afterlife. Like, that just, in my opinion, that just ruins so much of his character. And I say this as not just a long-term fan of the show, but as a Minato fanboy. That is my favorite character of the entire series. And I genuinely feel like they ruined his character when they made him a Jinchuriki for no good reason. Finally, the one that I know that I'm going to get the most heat for, despite the fact that I think that my last opinion was probably the most controversial one I have. There's probably some argument against what I've said about the others that I've said so far, but one that I will absolutely never accept any arguments on. Obito Uchiha is the worst character in all of Naruto. Full stop.